What's up, guys? I'm back like I never left. In this video, we're going to be talking about Workhorse and Hyliion stock. I'm going to go over exactly if there's a potential for the sell-off that happened in Hyliion stock to potentially happen to Workhorse stock in the future. I'm going to go over exactly what are the factors that we need to pay attention to and some of the red flags that we need to identify before this huge sell-off happen in the future on Workhorse stock. I'm also going to be doing a quick stock market recap and important economic reports that we need to pay attention to for tomorrow. All this important information coming up. Alright, before we get into the video, I appreciate it if you can hit the like button. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. If you have any questions or any comments, make sure you drop in the comment section below. So as you can see over here, stock market is positive today. All the sectors in the stock market are slightly gaining higher, and this is mainly due to yesterday's Trump administration said that they're going to be stepping away, but they changed their minds, and today they're saying that they're going to be softening some of the stimulus talks. They can potentially offer stimulus to airline stocks and even pass individual bill for people to get at 1,200 checks. So that is what the stock market liked, for the Trump administration to come back to the tables and to renegotiate. And they like that thing, as you can see from the stock market just rallying today significantly higher. So we got Amazon, which was the major stocks that sold off yesterday because of the negative news about the stimulus talks. You got Google, Apple, Microsoft, and the entire stock market sectors are just rallying to the upside, except for a few companies here and there. And of course, some of the SPAC companies that we were talking about that I'm going to be covering later on have been selling off to the downside. This is mainly due to the negative sentiment that is associated with these SPAC plays, but I'm going to cover those companies in a little bit. But as you can see, everything is green today, which is fantastic to look at. And also, if there's going to be more positive talks, if they make progress with the stimulus package, we can continue to see more bullish signs for the stock market. However, anytime this thing can change, and it can easily be red all over again if one of those parties decides to do something that is drastic, like stepping back or declining an offer. Expect the stock market to just react just like it reacted on yesterday. So just really keep in mind that and be super careful if you want to open up a short-term position, or if you are somebody that want to swing trade even in the short term, because the stock market can be super choppy in the October month. Next month is the election, so definitely be aware of the volatility coming up pretty soon. So now let's talk about Hyliion stock. As you can see over here, Hyliion stock is down another 11.6% to the downside. Unfortunately, the sell-off is just non-stop, and a lot of people are just selling their shares. Even yesterday, we had approximately 11 million shares traded of this company, people buying and selling it, and that volume increased today to more than 12 million, and people are selling, and the selling pressure is still on. So the price point that we're going to be looking at right now for this company is $27. That's going to be the support area. If that price breaks below the $27, it can potentially go to $19. But however, it seems like the majority of the people that got in and invested in this company are for the short-term spike that could potentially happen because of the merger, and that did not happen, and people are just selling off to the downside. And when you look at the overall stock market bouncing today, and Hyliion and some other SPAC companies like SPAQ and VLDR, which recently finished the merger and finalized their merger and went public, they've been selling off to the downside. So these SPAC companies are still getting a lot of negative sentiment because of what happened to Nikola, and SPAC companies in general are just being red today when the overall stock market went higher. So that is one of the important things that we need to understand, is that after the sentiment changes in the future, we might be able to see some recovery. But at the moment right now, the selling pressure is still on, and we've been selling off for 6 days straight. So eventually it'll be great to see at least one solid day bounce, and we can expect to see at least a 10% bounce if that can possibly happen, if a positive news comes out from the company, if they release a positive PR. Unless that kind of thing happen for this company, unfortunately, we just have to wait for this company to just find a bottom and just consolidate. Because when you look at the price action of VLDR, dropped all the way after the merger got finalized, and it found its bottom price over here around $16. So it's just consolidating at $16 over here, between $16 and $17. So we expect Hyliion stock to potentially find a bottom for it to just be comfortable and be trading within a range of approximately $28 or $33, between that range. That is going to be one of the things that we need to look for price, for buyers and sellers to agree upon a price. until a positive news or a negative news could come out and make the stock super volatile. We just have to be patient right now. And if you're somebody that liked this company when it was trading at $58, right now is at 50% discount, which is trading at $29.40. And after hours, a slightly higher 1% to the upside, $29.72. So definitely pay attention to this company as we talked about it. We just need more PR, more positive catalysts can make the stock go higher in the short term. But unless we have something like that happening pretty soon, we just have to wait and see where is going to be the bottom for this company. Now let's talk about if the same price action of like this can potentially happen to a Workhorse stock. As we've been talking about Workhorse stock, it was similar as an electric vehicle company. The stock has been trending to the upside significantly. It hit a high of more than $30. Right now it's sitting close to $24. So the main thing that we need to understand about Workhorse stock is that there's a huge catalyst that can affect the stock price significantly, the USPS contract. And if they can potentially get the contract, the stock can definitely go higher. You never know. We might see sell the news event happen to this company also. Massive amount of institutional investors that are still investing in this company like ARK Invest, and when they buy into these companies that have a 5-year horizon that they're investing in, so they can potentially hold it for 5 years, and if they decide to change their minds and sell off their shares, you can definitely see a huge gap up happening in this company. But however, since that is not happening pretty soon, and they see a 5-year horizon, we can expect even if a negative news comes out, they're going to be able to come out and start buying the shares if they do not change their mind. So we're not going to be able to see a huge drastic drop just like that we saw on Hyliion stock. We can potentially see the negative that the price can go to be $15 or even $10 within a specific amount of days. But if ARK Invest also starts to sell, this is going to be a really nasty for Workhorse stock. So there's a lot of negative news that should come out for Workhorse stock to see a huge drop of its price. So we have ARK Invest that continuously buys it every time the stock drops. So that is really positive. And also there's a lot of short sellers in this company, which is 23.15% are short sellers. They're betting that the company is going to go to the downside. They're going to be making a lot of money if that happens in the short term and the long term. So we'll see exactly for Workhorse stock if things are going to turn out positively within the next few months, specifically if they announce the USPS contracts deal or not, how the sentiment of ARK Invest, the major institutions, and also the sentiment of individual investors. Believe it or not, there's a lot of individual investors that are investing in Workhorse stock and they see a huge potential and they're speculating just like in Hyliion stock. And if the speculation is they're going to be getting the USPS contract, and if they do not, and people start to panic and start selling their shares, we can see a massive sell-off that happen just like Hyliion stock. The stock price could potentially go all the way down to $15 and even $10. So definitely be aware of that. And if you're somebody that's in very profitable situations right now, taking a lock in your profits, if you're somebody that's swing trading this company for the short term for the USPS catalyst, make sure to lock in your profits. And if you're long-term investors, you don't really have to worry since your horizon is definitely more than 2, 3, 4 years ahead of time. So really you don't have to worry that much about the company drastically selling off to the downside. Now let's talk about what are the important economic reports that we need to pay attention to for tomorrow. So for Thursday, October 8 at 8:30 a.m. we got the initial jobless claims program essay for October 3. The previous was 837,000 and the forecast is 820,000. At 8:30 a.m. we got the initial jobless claims total NSA. This is going to be for the period of October 3rd. The previous was 1.44 million. At 8:30 a.m. we got the continuous jobless claims for the state program essay. That's going to be for the period of September 28th. The previous was 11.77 million. Also at 8:30 a.m. we got the continuing jobless claims total NSA. The previous was 26.53 million, and that's going to be for the period of September 19th. Also at 12:10 p.m. we got the Boston Fed President Eric is going to be speaking. At 2 p.m. the Atlanta President Raphael is going to be speaking. At 4:30 p.m. we got the Chicago President Charles Evans is going to be speaking. So all the times mentioned on this specific reports are going to be in Eastern Standard Time. So definitely be aware of that. And these economic reports can definitely affect the stock market either to the upside or the downside if those reports are higher or lower. So make sure you have a solid plan before you get involved in any of these companies. Make sure you manage your risk. And also if you want to sign up for Webull or join the Discord chat or support the channel on Patreon, links available in the description box below. But I catch you guys on tomorrow's video. Have a wonderful day.